What is up everyone, welcome back to Age of Civilizations 2, and today's guide video will be focusing on the economics and the ideologies of the game. So anyways, why did I include the economics in the ideology part? Well, with grave honesty, depending on which ideology you choose is what gives you the buffs. Like if I chose fascism, if I chose democracy, republic. And do keep in mind, we're not doing the ideology mod, we're keeping to the base game ideology for this one. Because this is for the newcomers and new players. Even for those who wish to clarify on details. Okay, so let me explain all this economic shenanigans about this game. Anyways, here we got our board. Taxes. It's most efficient to just raise them as much as possible. Do keep in mind, the more taxes you impose on the people, the more unhappy they get. But if you just keep it within your limit, they're gonna keep getting happy, but slightly, just every so slightly. When you go past your limit, you're gonna get to begin to be unhappy. Now, depending on which ideology you choose, that depends on how much you can tax the people. There are different tax limits or acceptable taxes for each ideology, and I'll be getting to that later. So anyways, what is the goods? Well, let's just say, the more I increase the goods, the more the provinces develop. Like, more people will live there, the better place it will be. Like, the economy there would grow, there would be more taxes coming from that place, more income, more accruable population. Now, for the investments, this is how well your economy grows. Depending here, each and every ideology has their own requirement for how much good percentage you have to allot, how much investment you have to allot, and overall has their own buffs and debuffs. Administration over here, it's how much you spend on your government. Military, how much you spend on maintaining an army. Spendings, other than goods, research, investments. Where you gain money from, taxation, over here my taxes, production, and others you can get them from vassals, like if you have puppet states. So anyways, here on the technology board, I'll keep it simple for you. Population growth, each individual provinces, how much population gains per round. Economic growth or economy growth, how much more your economy will grow, how much more income you'll get per round. Income taxation, how much you tax the people. Like, you still tax them at the same average rate, but in increasing that, you're essentially increasing the value of what you tax them for. Income production is how much money you make per round. Administration, when you do that, it lessens the spendings on maintaining your country or your civilization. Military upkeep, as you increase that, it decreases the amount you have to spend on maintaining your army. It means you can field a bigger, better army with more troops, while having to spend lesser and lesser as you increase that bonus. For colonization cost, I wouldn't advise you to go for that in the modern day era, because there would be no more colonization other than after the Victorian era. Research, yeah, that's kind of important, because if you go for research levels up your technology. Over there on the side, upper right, you see the progress each research you have. Every time that reaches 100%, you get one more technology point to add in here. You can dedicate money to research over here. Now, to the itty-bitty part, let's go to the ideologies bit. Let's skip a few turns so we get a few money. So, diplomacy, you can find the ideologies here, diplomacy tab of your home country, and change type of government. So you can see your democracy, monarchy, communism, fascism, a horde, and republic, and city-state. Each of them has their own individual buffs and debuffs, depending on which you choose. Like, see here, democracy, you can tax them up to 24%. You have to keep goods at 10% and investments at 14%. Although you can only tax them at 24%, income taxation makes up for that quite a bit, 4 plus 4%. But income production kind of low, Administration cost is very expensive, plus 4%, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to research as a democracy. The research cost is quite unbearable for me. Anyways, other than that, defense bonus is quite nice, very nice, plus 6%. Military upkeep, plus 4%, so it's kind of hard to maintain an army as a democracy. Cost cost of recruitment, quite average, 1.8 move points, and last one was, yeah, oh, cost of movement, 0.8. Yeah, that's the average around here. For monarchies, you got up to 25% of income taxation, and you sacrifice a bit of income taxation for plus 1% income production. You get less administration costs with only plus 2%. Average cost of move and recruitment, but you only get 4% defense. Communism, you get up to 28% taxation, but it's a lot of debuffs for you. Oh, sorry. Keeps moving around. My hand was on the side. Sorry. Income taxation, kind of bad. Administration cost, it's horrible. Even the research cost. Though you get really good military upkeep, so you can maintain a good army with this. But not that good. Defense bonus, kind of on average decent. Fascism, you get up to 28% as well, but you have to keep goods at 14% and investments at 12%. Though you get no debuffs. You get income taxation, production, movement points are the same, and military upkeep, yeah, you can maintain an army as well as the defense bonus. As a republic, it's like democracy, but it makes up for the administration cost, though the income taxation is quite the opposite. Research cost, yeah, it's the opposite of democracy. You're getting good for that. Defense bonus is slightly weaker. For a horde, I really dislike this one. Like, you can only get 22% taxation, but you have low on investments, and income taxation makes up for it. But everything else is quite about debuffs. Production, administration cost is a nightmare. Even research, though you get less, you're charged less for movement points, like 0.6, but recruitment is 2.0. That's quite bad. Military upkeep, yeah, quite horrible. Defense bonus, 0%. Yeah, horde is really horrible. City state, you get 26% taxation. Though income taxation, administration cost is horrible, research cost is horrible, and even movement cost is horrible in an aspect. Though you get really good defense since you're just one city state. So anyways, out of all those ideologies I ran through, if you're gonna ask me which ideology I'd pick, I'd go with monarchy for slightly building up if you're trying to be peaceful. Oh no, I don't like democracy here, the debuffs it gives you. Personally, and for me, I like leveling up my tech so I could give better infrastructure, more unlock fortresses, more libraries, farms, for building up. I'd go for monarchy. Fascism, it's for more or less being an aggressive person towards other civilizations, as well as communism, but communism is more or less of a tamer approach to that. But fascism gives you no debuffs. It gives you a very great economy. Well, communism in aspect does, but the research cost, I really hate that part. And even if you get 28% acceptable taxation, yeah, the income taxation and administrative cost really pulls you down. So you're in the same level as democracy if you ask me on what terms you earn. Fascism, well, income taxation nor production is great, but it's balanced out. At least it doesn't give you a debuff on the 28% you get. But all in all, yeah, that's the best ideology you can get in the game. Like, go for fascism if you're going to be aggressive. If you're trying to be peaceful and build up, go for monarchy. Secondary choice for that is communism. Do not go for the horde or city-state unless if you're in a defensive situation like you're Luxembourg, Andorra, or forgot the last one, Andorra or Monaco. Yeah, other than that, yeah, I suggest fascism, monarchy, or communism. Just avoid democracy in general. And another tip, dedicate some money for research, because the more you research, the more technology you have, the better your economy will be, more income you'll get. And it's gonna be quite of a paradise whenever you level up technology. You could add more technology points to your economy or your military. So all in all, I'm gonna be showing you the two types for either being peaceful or being aggressive in technology points. Okay, so in general, we're going first for the aggressiveness fascist style. So if you can see, I'm going for military upkeep. A lot of it has gone to military upkeep, so I can field an army. The rest went to the economy a bit. Just went for the economy and population growth. Yeah, I did kind of buff that a bit, and income taxation, so I got a lot of money. Income production kind of took a back seat there, and I put some on administration costs, so I wouldn't have to spend much on other things. And research is second priority after military upkeep if you're planning to be a fascist aggressor. Like research, we really need that. When you get research, you get more technology points. So when you start getting technology points, I highly advise you to kind of balance it out, get a bit more on income production and taxation, as well as a bit go for upkeep as well every once in a while. Okay, as a monarchy, for being peaceful and not being so aggressive, just wanting to build up, go for population growth and economic growth, but prioritize economic growth over that. Income taxation and income production takes a backseat. Administration gets a bit much, same as the population growth, and research gets also as much as them because research is important. I advise you to at least allot around 8 to 12% of research for peaceful monarchies or peaceful democracies, but I still advise you to go for monarchies. For communism, if I'm gonna say they for communism, it's just giving you a really good buff for fielding a good army. So if you're gonna be the Soviet Union, well, yeah, you're just gonna be fielding an army and sending ultimatums to everyone for annexation. Anyways, I guess that's where I'm ending this one. I hope you really found that one helpful, because when I began the game, I really had no clue about the economic side. All I knew was, oh, let's just take over other countries. But now, since I gave you all this video, I hope you like it, found it helpful. Please share it, please do. Please subscribe also. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.